The best part of waking up is a lesser getting in her guts.
It is.
This morning, right? How was it?
It was great.
You got that I miss you dick? Mm-hmm. Did he come fast, or did it take like the normal come time, or was it longer? Like, how did that work?
Well, he came 3 times.
Where at?
In my mouth.
Each time?
All 3.
Do he kiss you while the cum is still in your mouth, or do he give it like a 5-second swallow window?
Well, usually we have to like repositioning things, so you know there's like 10 seconds in between.
Have you ever tried to keep it in your mouth just to surprise him with some surprises?
No, because when I put his dick in my mouth, it's in the back of my throat, so it automatically just goes down my throat.
Okay. Just asking questions. Okay. Have you ever recorded yourself sucking his dick?
Can we get into the show?
After you answer.
Like, you asking a lot of questions.
This is my
Hey
last
guys,
question.
don't forget to visit our Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/CWC the podcast and subscribe to our exclusive content, like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel too at CWC the podcast.
Let's talk about this drink of the day.
Yeah.
We call this the Lesser Swallow. I'm sorry, Pussy Pink Paloma. It has 3 ounces of tequila. Wonder why I'm being asked. See, that's why I'm a little drunk. 1 ounce lime juice, agave, and grapefruit soda. I'm not a grapefruiter, but this drink's not bad. So this is a great job.
Grapefruiter. Thanks,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Let me do the
start calling
guest
you a
introduction. First off, we're running a little bit behind, so I just want to say shout out to them for being team players and rocking and rolling with us. I have 2 of the best guests in the world in the building today. I have Spit in Her Mouth, Please, and Yes, the Pussy is Vegan, Michelle. Wait a minute, you was just eating chicken with me.
No, you did not.
Wait a minute, we was just eating chicken. Your pussy is not vegan. Anywho, I'm gonna keep these
Our
introductions.
pussy don't eat me.
Hold on, we gonna keep it going.
Technically, our pussy is vegan.
No, don't take up for her. We gonna get on her in a second
Get
after
on
these.
that in a second.
Yeah, I just realized we was sharing chicken together.
But you see, don't do anything in front of him because
I'm gonna call it out.
he gonna try to.
I wrote it down. She said she was vegan. I was on her Facebook.
You saw me do weightlifting and vegan the other day,
Yep, on Facebook, and I believe
and
you.
we'll talk about why I have to do that.
Oh,
in a
okay.
minute.
And then we're gonna talk about we have the ex-vegan Michelle, and then the bisexual slutty housewife who's looking for her forever stag Kiki.
First of all,
I have a
hot
question
wife,
immediate.
not housewife, hot wife.
You know my phone
And I'm
must have
not
changed that.
and I'm not anybody's hot wife yet. That's just
Yeah, you're looking for a forever stag.
that's
I don't know what a stag is.
Stag, yeah.
basically it's a guy who just likes seeing his woman with other men.
So a cuckold.
No, it's a difference. So a cuck, there's a dom sub situation in there. There's a
Okay.
dom, yeah. So generally a cuck is like, that's the dude who's over there in the corner and
I need a dictionary.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he wants you to tell him like how small his dick is and how good this guy is fucking him and how he can never ever, satisfy like this one. It's a whole humiliation, degradation, submission
definition
situation.
of
A stag literally just likes to see his wife slutted out, but there's none of that humiliation, degradation, submission.
I just want to say,
situation.
for the record, I am neither.
Okay.
I'm so intrigued. I don't think
Yeah.
I knew.
I didn't know the word existed.
Yeah.
Stag is.
Yeah, the relationship is called stag vixen.
I hear stag and think of Patronuses.
You know what? I'm watching this show on HBO called 3 Women, and I forgot this woman's name. She's black. She has very beautiful eyes. She's got to have it. The TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, DeWanda.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's a good show.
So
I've seen it.
her husband is a stag.
Yeah.
He likes that. Well, I don't know if he's a stag per se. She likes to fuck other men.
Yeah.
And he
likes to watch it, but it's mostly about just pleasing her.
Yeah,
Like
it's more so.
yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if he per se dislikes it, but I don't think it's the most fun moments of his life.
Yeah.
But to
He
me, that's
sounds
a
more
stag.
like a cuckold, though.
No, like
No, because there's no humiliation and
Yeah,
degradation
it's
of
a
him.
stag.
He
Like,
literally
Okay.
just likes watching her do her thing.
But if he doesn't like it, for real,
Well, so
See,
he,
the thing is, I think he does,
to an extent.
To an extent, yeah.
She kind of takes it a little far.
Okay.
Without going into the show, you should watch it.
I think I will.
And I hate
It's
to
a good
say
show.
this,
It's a
but
good show.
her version, like, it's 4 parts. It's 3 girls, including her, and then
It's all of their stories.
Yeah, it's all of their stories.
Okay.
And some episodes is just one story each. Her story is the only story I be caring about. I really don't give a...
It's pretty much her story.
I think I read this. This sounds like it was based off of a short
I
story.
think it
or
was,
something.
yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, anywho, let's get into porn.
Let's
Yeah.
get into some questions.
No intro question. We're going straight porn today.
Okay. Is it porn? So, I am going to actually describe the plot of a movie, and you have to guess whether or not it's porn. So, I feel like this one's actually easy, so I'm going to give you guys like a...
Am I playing this?
No, you're not playing this.
Because I didn't read it. I just copied and
you're
pasted
playing.
purposely.
Okay, you're playing.
Well,
Nope, you're playing. Okay, so the first one. It's a heartwarming adventure about a determined individual embarking on a journey to reunite with a loved one. Along the way, they encounter a colorful array of characters
Porn.
and face unexpected challenges. The tale emphasizes themes of bravery, trust, and the importance of family, all set in a vibrant world full of surprises and lessons. The journey is as much about self-discovery as it is about reaching a goal.
Nigga, is this Harry Potter?
No.
I wouldn't say porn.
This isn't porn.
It was a little too
I'm
deep.
gonna say no, not
No
not
porn. I
It's
changed
actually
mine.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah, okay.
So, that was a great job, guys. Okay, so here's another one. It's a quirky comedic film set in a futuristic world where individuals seek to escape the monotony of their daily lives by indulging in carefree experiences. As they explore this new realm, they encounter unexpected obstacles and unique characters that challenge their perspectives. Amidst the humor, the film touches on themes of self-discovery, the desire for freedom, and the consequences of living without boundaries, all wrapped in a surreal, lighthearted atmosphere.
Porn.
That one's hard.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go with porn.
So that one is porn. It is Escape from Planet Pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually, this is really fun. You're doing a good job. We should make this a game show.
This should be a game show.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is actually a show. The show centers around a luxurious upscale establishment where a group of individuals navigate complex relationships, personal ambitions, and hidden secrets. Set against a glamorous backdrop, the characters face challenges as they balance their professional and personal lives, dealing with power dynamics, desires, and the complexities of human connection. Throughout the series, there are moments of tension, drama, and humor as they navigate their intricate world.
It's a real show.
Not porn.
So this is actually
Porn.
Beverly Hills Bordello.
Oh.
Wait, is that porn or
That
not
was
porn?
like a skin flick. That was like a skin flick.
Oh, see, I won.
Yeah.
Okay, so like a Skinamax
Yeah.
type thing. Okay.
Okay. And then
I used to
the
watch
last-
Zane on Cinemax. It was
I used to love
great.
that.
Yeah.
So the last one, it's a series that delves into the lives of a group of privileged individuals in a bustling, high-stakes social scene. With secrets, power struggles, and constant drama, the characters navigate friendships, rivalries, and complex relationships. An anonymous figure keeps everyone on edge, revealing their deepest secrets and fueling tension among them, all while they try to maintain their carefully crafted images. This show blends intrigue with moments of vulnerability, exploring themes of identity, loyalty, and ambition.
Nigga, this is Bridgerton.
Not porn.
Not porn.
That one was Gossip Girl.
I just knew it was Bridgerton. Like, listen to it. I was like, damn, I should rewatch Bridgerton.
That was really a good show.
That was a good
And the
show.
sex in it was great. That little white girl had some titties on her in the last season.
Okay, so I actually haven't watched Bridgerton since the first season.
The little Miss Whistledown ended up being butt
Whistledown-
booty naked on the last season.
Oh,
I
she
haven't
did.
watched it.
I didn't see that.
She
I haven't
did.
watched it since the first season. 'Cause
But you know who Whistledown is, right?
Yeah, the sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has, honestly, top tier white titties. It's like that girl from the show when Rue was a crackhead.
I was about to say, she got better titties than Sydney Sweeney.
No, Sydney Sweeney than that white girl. And that white girl is not a girl. She is older than all of us, especially your old ass.
What the fuck wrong with catching strays? Like,
You say you old. That
I
was
know
not a strike. Put it in my
I'm
phone.
old, but you just as old as me, bitch.
No, I'm a year younger.
Not even a full year. Well,
right,
thank you
whatever.
guys for participating. Brandon technically fucking won.
Yeah, sorry guys. And I didn't read anything. Y'all jealous?
I don't really watch porn, so I mean,
You don't?
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Do you
I feel like it was
masturbate?
a tie, though. Didn't we all
No, I
come up
beat
with the
y'all.
same? No, I feel like it was a tie.
let him have his little spot.
okay,
It's his
you're
show.
right.
You know.
Hold on, let's get on porn though. It's like, do you masturbate?
Yes.
What do you masturbate to? Your mind?
Yes.
What do you be thinking about?
Money.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think about money a lot, but I don't be getting hard and then jacking off.
Well, let me further explain. So
Yeah.
a couple years back, I started seeing this spiritual mother, and she told me once I truly started learning myself and my own orgasms that I'll learn myself more as a person. Because at first I didn't, but no, I have to masturbate daily.
Really?
And I think about what I want to do. Do I want this to be a $5,000 day? Do I want this to be a $10,000 day? Like, I really can get off my own manifestation. Like, it's
Did
a
you
real
masturbate
thing.
today?
No, because I had a lot of running around to do, and it was my best friend's birthday yesterday.
Okay.
But it'll probably be before the end of the night, I'm sure.
Where's the weirdest place you've masturbated?
I think it's working remote, like right there when I was working remote.
Right where?
Just kind of turn the camera around. It just excited me to see if I can hold my composure enough.
Oh, you were talking to
you were
somebody
at
while you
home, like on
masturbating.
Zoom or something.
Yeah, on the
Wow.
on the
Okay.
camera.
So I
If
know
you can control yourself when your body is in full orgasm, you a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't be able to do that.
that's crazy.
Not with the, but I also don't have my camera on.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
With the camera on is crazy.
What about you,
Yeah,
Kiki? Where was the craziest place you masturbated? Whole Foods.
No.
Oh.
At work, like, I've done it multiple times at work. So either in my car, in like the parking garage, or in my actual office.
You might as well do it while you're on the clock. Like, let
Yeah.
me
You ever do it in your cubicle?
No, that's
No.
that's it,
Actual
yeah.
office.
Had somebody knocked on your door mid masturbation?
No.
Okay. I was just curious.
That's
So
insane. Have you ever masturbated at work, Brittany?
yeah, it's a stress reliever.
Yeah.
I told you, like when I first started at my old job, I had my wife at this time. We were boyfriend and girlfriend. We had just started dating, and I had took a Blue Chew. It was like a form of Viagra. I was like, ooh, let's just see what it does, right? Like, is it gonna give me that extra?
At work?
No,
Oh,
that's the
okay.
funny part. It was I took it Saturday night, so
You didn't kick in until Monday?
and I like it didn't really work. Like I never had performance issues. I was just thinking like it would give me that extra.
It would just add a little something, something.
Exactly. And so it was just a normal sexual night, right? Sunday was a normal day, but then Monday I kept randomly getting hard throughout the day like a kid. So I was getting rock hard, like the hardest I've ever been. I'm like, damn, nigga, you should stay like this. And so like my veins was veining, and so I was like, what the fuck do I
Not
do?
a
So
veiny boy.
I would go to the private bathroom at work and rub it off, hoping like it'd be cool. But it happened like the next 3 days. So I was like, Jesus Christ, this is
should've
crazy.
went
So
to
you
the
probably should have taken
doctor.
Friday after work.
You said what?
You probably should have taken Thursday
No,
or Friday after
I never.
work.
I took it like twice more, and I never had that issue again. And no, it would just randomly get hard. It wouldn't just stay hard like nonstop.
Oh, okay.
Like it would just randomly get hard. Like I'd be sitting here, and we're going over, you know what I did. We'd be going over mortgages, and I'm like, oh, the mortgagee clause. Oh, okay. Yeah, like it just like
It stays in your
Did you
system
kind
for
of
a few
push it
days.
when you did that? Like,
Yeah, I wish I was. I wouldn't want to
Okay.
be this big, but you know.
Yeah, okay.
You know, if I was just be like, you know, like then that looks weird on camera. I mean, you're an asshole for bringing it up. So, is this payback? Because I ate some of your chicken, and then I mentioned how you wasn't vegan.
Why do you have to keep bringing up why do you have to keep bringing that up?
Listen, I cheat with chicken sometimes.
Hey, that was the best cheat ever. That was the best shit I've ever had.
Because you had half of my plate.
Yeah.
Call him out.
After I asked, did you want some food before I walked over there? Because
did say no.
I was
He did
hungry.
say no.
He said no. Then you get here. You want some
With food that I brought him.
beautiful pause.
I'm gonna eat that when I get home. Yeah. Anywho, back
But
to
they
this.
gonna tell.
When was the last time y'all filmed a sexual act, and what was the sexual act you filmed? Like, you know, I ain't talking about this whole little setup, unless that's what y'all did. I'm talking about, you know,
Just a regular filming.
yeah.
Last week I think.
What
Was
were you
it
doing?
last? Reverse cowgirl.
Oh,
You got my number,
I
right?
did back shots and reverse cowgirl.
Okay.
Do you get paid for this? Or you just do it because you just do it?
No, it was just me and my partner. Yeah, I just wanted some filming.
Was it a
I
long
made him do
film? Like, will it fit in the text?
Yes, it would
Airdrop
fit.
it.
Yeah, it would fit.
Airdrop it to him.
It's D'Angelo Malone.
Yeah, I would. It would fit inside. Well, you know, I have I think I don't know if I told you or said it, whatever. But I run a group, so sometimes I just like a little film, so I just drop in the group. And,
What kind of group?
Little, my Greedy Girls group.
That's
It's
not
my lifestyle swinger group.
Is it men in there?
Yeah.
Is this not?
It's
the,
men and women.
Is it
How
the
many people are in this
bi
group?
group?
Like 120 something.
Oh, Telegram.
Yeah, Telegram group.
Oh, is it? Can we go in there and try to find guests?
Yeah, download Telegram.
I have Telegram. No, I mean I'm asking for permission though.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be in somebody's group like, hey, I'm not here to, be a slut like y'all, but I want y'all to.
Wow. Maybe if you don't start it off that
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
I didn't mean it like
Make
that.
an enemy immediately of everybody.
Like,
in there.
also, I'm a slut. Okay.
I've been in groups like that, and you know how some of these groups you have to show something in order to be in a group. So I always use cocktails with cocktails type of shit, right?
Oh,
And
you don't just be showing your dick?
No, my wife not going for that. Like that's
Just show
that's a little.
Why don't you show your titties?
This has been a great episode of Cocktails with
That part right
Cocktails.
there
We're
is my
gonna
item.
start over without a lesson. Get your purse
Nigga, you can't keep
or your
me out.
carry-on bag or whatever the fuck that was. Anywho, so I like to ask those questions because some groups it's like, oh yeah, we don't give a fuck. And some
Right.
groups we're very particular. And
got you. Okay.
funny, the groups that are very particular are like the young people. Like the older people, like everybody gets it. Like everybody has their different realm and shit like
Got
that.
you.
I'm particular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So he's not allowed.
because my group is particular.
So he's not allowed in the group. You can tell
She
me.
said no.
No.
She said
Okay, that's fair. Would I be allowed in the group?
Yes.
Okay,
How long
I
before you let
actually,
them
I'm
know
gonna,
they
I'll
confirmed or
download.
What the fuck did I do?
I tell you instantly. Like once we talk, and I kind of have to interview you a little bit, and see what you're about, and then I tell you what the group is about, and we see if we align. If we align, you can come in the group.
You said 150 people?
About 20 something, 120 something.
That's a lot. That's a lot of connections. I'm assuming they're all over the country.
No,
All here?
There's some Florida people because I also throw parties in Florida.
Okay.
So there's some Florida people in there, but mostly it's Metro Detroit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a couple people West Michigan, but yeah.
So you throw freak parties here?
Would you go?
I don't know. I'm scared of her.
I'm scared of her. That's funny.
mean,
But
I don't bite. I'm friendly.
unless you want her to bite. She do look like a biter. If you say bite me, she would.
I ain't right.
I mean,
nice little.
There's a
You
little
ever
bit.
bite a
There's
dick?
there's a little bit of sadism in there.
Wow. Speaking of, Michelle, you are like lesbian leaning, right?
if I could choose, I really wouldn't date women because I can't stand them half times, but I love women. Yeah.
Okay.
I've dated women my whole life.
You're sexually attracted to women.
Yes, I'm
I
sexually
get that.
attracted to them.
And romantically,
My heart
right?
is with women.
Because if I could
romantic.
choose, I
Yeah.
would actually choose women.
Yeah,
Even though bodies don't matter.
This is how I know
It does.
sexuality isn't.
You said what?
it does.
You think body count matters?
Oh no, I think if you're saying bodies does matter.
Oh no, yeah, I get why you said that. Body count to me doesn't matter. Honestly, if you told me you had 2 bodies, I would be more afraid if you told me that than you told me you had 20. 200, I don't know. I would. Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends. Once you start knocking, I mean,
How
the
many
world
bodies would
just-
you say you have with women though?
Why you laughing?
I've been with women for a long time. I mean, we were in middle school. I mean, we were in high
That was
school.
9th grade.
Yeah, so I started about 14.
I ain't even had no pussy yet, and she had pussy. So
It started about 14, where I started sleeping with women.
okay.
13, 14.
Wow, y'all was playing house.
Actually, no. Sadly, it was like my little brother, girlfriend, friend, or something. She kind of like took advantage of me. Like it just
Like
kinda
she's
happened.
older than you?
No.
Oh.
She was just trying to prove that she was a big girl at the time, man.
Oh, okay.
You know. And I always had a confident attitude, no matter if I knew what I was doing or not. So she just wanted to prove that she knew what she was doing.
Right.
I mean, I let her, and she just don't even know that was it. That was it for me. Yeah.
So what's the range?
It's still low.
Okay.
About 20s.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew if I stayed silent, we would,
We would
something
finally
would come.
get to the
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
And the reason why
I mean, that starting back 13, 14 years old. Like
the reason why I asked the question is because you only have.
That's nothing.
You to be, ma'am.
I heard 20 in 1 year.
Like,
you know?
20 in 1 year?
No, 20 in a year. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard 20 in a year too.
Some people hit 20 in a weekend.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do you consider being women? Because you can have situations where you just let a woman do things to you.
That's
you can have a
body.
situation where, okay, you're doing things. I mean, then you
body.
guys are both.
Yeah.
Okay. So
The reason why
I've
I
had
asked
about 20
that
interactions. with
because
women.
we don't really give a fuck about body count, but I thought it was important to ask that question in this conversation because you only had sex with 2 men. So I wanted to talk about that scale, right? And see how more experienced you felt that you were with women compared to men. Like example, do you think you could suck dick?
No. I'm a thumb sucker, so I think it's a health hazard. Like, I'm not about to choke. I ain't doing all that. And let me say this.
So you never sucked the dick?
I don't suck
Please
dick.
get her
No.
out of here.
So the dick has never entered your mouth?
No.
Please get her out of here talking about some. I'm a thumb sucker. That's a hell.
Have you ever sucked a strap?
No.
So you never sucked anything but your thumb? Your mouth is a
I
virgin.
don't want to say I'm full of myself, but I just
She
feel
about
like,
to say it, y'all.
I mean, y'all really don't got a lot to offer. Me, I really don't.
What the fuck did I do?
I'm not saying you in general, but like, let's just be honest. You got to look at yourself in a particular type of way, and it's just like, what do you have for me to put? Why would I do that?
I mean, you eat pussy?
It's a difference. I know
What's the
it's
difference?
weird. I like women. I don't even like y'all for real.
Okay, so that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense because
But why can't you just not like us? Why I got to be we don't have nothing to offer?
Well,
you don't have
like
anything
I said,
to offer her.
Yeah.
Let her say it.
I haven't came across someone that checked all my boxes. And if I have to be with a man, you got to really come with it for me because I bring a lot to the table. And if you can't at least match it or woo me,
Michelle
I've
said she
been
the
with
table.
women. No, I've been with women. We are very central, compassionate to each other. You're our friend, our best friend, our wife, our sister, like you, everything. You're nurturing. And it's just like, if you can't woo me, I ain't doing it. Like I'm not doing it.
I love that for you. You're the cutest lesbian that's been on the show. When I say lesbian, I mean like, I know lesbians don't go by like verse, bottom, and top, but like you give very. Honestly, I see it. I thought you was talking shit in your form, but in your form, you said like you're very. You take control,
Yeah, I
and
give
you could tell like in the conversation, like
very dominant.
Don't she?
Dominant energy.
Like
Because
damn.
honestly,
I like
like
it, though.
I feel like you be fucking the shit out of bitches.
Yeah. Do you?
yeah.
Like she be talking them through the nut. You like that, don't you? Finger bang heaven in this bitch. Like she, Michelle be going.
You gotta just always go too far.
Cause what? Finger bang heaven.
You notice that she didn't disagree though.
But even if I was having sex with men, I would be fucking the shit out of y'all too. Like I'm confident just in myself.
What do you mean by that?
I'm good at whatever I do. I just gotta learn how to do it. I got just show me what to do, and
So you saying you be throwing it back?
I'm sure. Yeah, I probably could. I mean, it don't seem like that hard.
It don't seem that hard.
Like
I think people think the misconception of female sex is just you go doing a lot of rubbing, like all the same positions you guys do. We making that happen within that time frame as well.
But at the same time, you say you take strap, but not like it's not your thing though.
It's
right?
not. Because I feel like my clitoris is my climax point. I don't need anything inside me
You
to
don't
have an
fuck with
orgasm.
penetration.
So how do you, when you have sex with women, like what's your main focal points of sensation? Like is it riding, scissoring? Like is it eating? Is it fingering? Like what is it?
Yeah, I like oral.
Okay.
I like giving head or getting head.
Do you come from giving head?
Yes.
If you could give 2 tips to men and women out there on how to eat pussy, what would your 2 tips be?
I mean, everybody's body is different, but take that.
Sit back just a little bit. I want to
Take
make sure
that
I'm catching.
whole, you hear, do the alphabet. Take that out of, just make it a moment. I think you can't think about it. You just got to do it. And all that, just going straight to it. No, you got to make love to it. Treat it like a flower. Don't just go in for the kill. Nah, you can't do that.
Do you eat period pussy?
No.
Really?
No.
You're the first lesbian I know to say no to that.
No. I mean, well, I have been in relationships with people that really don't have to be touched as well. So.
Oh, I hate a touch me knife.
Yeah.
No, I want to touch them.
Do you
too.
date like films or studs?
Both.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you consider yourself? I think you're a femme, but I'm just...
Yeah, I'm a feminine woman.
Okay.
I mean, but there's days that I can put my hair in a ponytail. I want to wear cargo pants and just, I mean, if we have to go play basketball, let's go play basketball. Like, I don't want to say I'm one thing or another. I'm not a stud. I know I'm a woman at the end of the day. So
I'm assuming you wouldn't date a couple that is a man and woman.
I don't know. At 35 now, I'm just open to understanding I don't know everything, and I can't say what I wouldn't do.
So you'll at least entertain a date?
Yeah, I would.
Are you cool with couples with locks?
I just got to be in control of the situation. As long as they understand that I'm in control,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Okay.
Maybe.
How should the couple reach out to you, like to slide in your DM, like, hey?
I mean, I'm not looking. Whatever happens, happens, type of thing.
But like, say they're looking and they want to look at you, like,
Do they got some money?
yeah, they'll take you to Chi-Chi's or something.
First of all, not even open anymore. Second of all, that's not what she asked.
I don't know. It would have to happen. It would really end. And it wouldn't be no full relationship because
No,
I
they don't want a
wanna be with
relationship.
man.
They just want to fuck, from time to time.
Is it you? I'm just trying to figure out because you keep asking about this couple. Is it you? I know it is. I know you ain't asking me this on this camera.
Why y'all laughing so hard?
I gotta see the wife first. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
She looked better than him. Let me shut up. His titties bigger though. I'm playing.
Fuck you,
Actually,
Alexa.
she has huge, beautiful titties.
Y'all gonna get me in trouble on this
You
show.
think I'm stupid enough to let this nigga turn my wife out? Not on. What's
Your wife would be like,
what
bring me
that
home.
lady say? Not on my watch. Nope.
Not on my watch.
It ain't man security. Niggas is just smart.
She for sure would definitely be like, after dealing
Look.
with this wonderful
Look.
specimen over here, she'll be like, Brandon, who?
Yeah.
I'm
You never
married.
told her what was the last thing you recorded though?
I don't really record.
You just be eating. You be too busy, huh?
I'm in the moment. I don't have time to take up my phone.
We
just
record.
getting into
We
social
only
media.
record like on vacation, really. Like it just be like, oh, okay. You know what I never did though? I want to fuck off the balcony.
I have.
Yeah. And I always want to see somebody fucking off the balcony, like on a resort. Like I just want to just walk by and
Yes,
like,
you
be
should.
like,
You on
wow.
vacation. But my last couple of years, I just became a mom. So my life went from breakup. Okay, let me have a new baby. Now figuring out how do we coexist? You know, having a baby with someone that I'm not in a relationship with. So I haven't really been worried about sex, honestly.
Okay.
More so taking care of myself,
That's very
even if that means my own orgasms.
Okay. So speaking of babies, I know that you had your first child from, am I saying it right? Like natural insemination?
The registry. So I had a donor
Okay.
from the known donor
Sperm
registry.
donor?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you.
so insemination. Yeah.
Okay. So, and just wink if I'm going too deep. Because I know this is something that we did not know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I know it was something that we wasn't on your form and we were randomly having a conversation and we just found out about it. Is that, you don't have to go into details, I'm just curious, is that expensive?
Just depends on how many times you cycle out. It can be.
What's cycle out?
Because you have to know your ovulation times.
Okay.
I was on a fertility drug called Pre-Mama, so it double and triple my egg count. So
Okay.
I was literally for 6 months tracking myself because you got to get it right on the nail.
Okay.
So every time, either that person or that organization is charging you for that sperm,
Okay.
or I mean, if you trying to choose the gender and all that, you know, you're looking at $30,000-$40,000. That's a complete different ball game. I wasn't trying to do that. I just wanted a baby.
Thanks, y'all. I seen it. That's beautiful. And shout out to you for like going through that. And congratulations. I'm glad that it worked. I've never met somebody, at least that I knew, that has gone through that. So it's dope that like we randomly had that conversation. You mentioned that.
It's
and
pros
then you
and cons
skated
to
over
it.
it, and I'm like, wait, let's go back. And then you had a second child, but you had it with someone.
Yeah.
And what I thought was dope about that was that you had that second child with a friend. What was that conversation like? Like, hey, I want to have another kid. You want to be like the person?
Well, originally I was going back to the registry, so I was just going to go back to my first son's donor.
Okay.
And then at 5, he started to ask me where he come from or who is his dad, because he's around all his friends that has dads, you know. So it was kind of uncomfortable conversation. And back when I was with my ex, she was more so in her mind, we're his parents. He doesn't need to know any, so we never tried to set anything up or email to see if he could meet. So now that I'm no longer in that relationship, and the older he get, he kept asking. So at the time, a friend of mine, her cousin, I just asked him. We just was sitting on a couch, and I was like, well, I'm already in the process of, trying to have another child, but I don't want him not to know who his father is. Is this something that you're willing to do? And at first he said no. And then he ended up saying yeah.
So, this question might sound wild. Since you don't really date men and have sex with men, and y'all actually did the do, right? How was that like? Did y'all like plan a date? Did you just say, hey, I'm free at 10, pull up? And like how was that connection initially?
Of course, we started to, now it's time to start getting ovulation kits. It's time to make sure we know exactly when it's due. Yeah, then we just sleeping together. Until I had like 2 false pregnancy tests first. So we just kept doing it, until I was pregnant.
Okay.
So that blue line came through.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
since you like pussy, how was the dick?
Well, it was actually good, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
It was, but it gave me kind of knowledge about myself to make me realize that my sexuality had nothing to do with sex, because even though he had good sex, really good sex, I still rather have been with a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as relationship aspect.
Since y'all was just fucking, did y'all ever fuck for fun?
Well, it's all fun.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Period.
Like, did you change positions? Like, was it just like a...
Oh no, he was showing out because he felt like, oh, I'm having sex with a lesbian, so I think he was trying to change my mind. Like, he was showing out. I won't lie, he was showing out. I ain't gonna do him like that.
He felt like he had to prove.
He had to prove his point.
He had to prove a point. Yeah.
Yeah, he had to prove his
I
point.
gotta fuck you better than these bitches be fucking you.
Yeah,
That's definitely what that was.
Did he fuck you better than these bitches be fucking you?
He had some good sex.
Okay.
He had some good
That
sex.
mean he was right there in the top 3. That nigga,
He was
in the Hall of
in the
Fame,
top-
and he in the Hall,
he
in
was
her
definitely-
cooter. He's in the Hall of Fame of her cooter. Okay,
That's
I see what we doing here.
I wouldn't
like
say the head was in competition with a woman initially, but yeah, he was up there, top 3 for sure.
Okay, so I don't know when this episode's coming out, but I saw Sinners, the movie, opening day. What I will say about Sinners, I'm not going to give the movie away. Phenomenal fucking movie. How it was shot, everything about the movie. But it was this one part, without giving the movie away, I'm not going to say who and what, a character was drooling during a sex scene. And he was like, you drooling? And so she was like, do you want it? And so she let the drool and the spit go into his mouth. You don't really see that in movies. So I thought it was crazy that you saw that in a movie. And, Sinners was shot it was shot as if it was done in 1932. So I'm like, one, it made me say, damn, was people sucking dick and drooling and shit back then?
They've been sucking dick since the dawn of time.
Y'all say that, but do y'all think they was using all the spit they be using today?
I feel like no matter, there is something innately sexual about humanity. You are going to explore, and people have been exploring since the dawn of time. Since they tried to keep bitches puritanical, that's why bitches was out here getting burnt at the stake. All the promiscuous bitches was getting called witches. Like, they have definitely been doing all types of shit since the beginning of time.
Okay. And, I mean, in regards to that, I wanted to get on spit, right?
Yes, I love spit.
Do you like to get your mouth spat in, or do you like to spit in mouths?
Both.
Do you like it to be a drizzle, or do you...
I like it to be a little drip, like what you just said.
Will you do the...
No, I like to drip.
I will say this.
And then,
I love hearing my wife do the into my booty hole.
That's
like it
different.
just feels...
But I don't like that. I don't want to hear you spit into my coochie.
What about your booty hole?
I don't want to hear you spit. I don't want to hear the...
Well, you made it nasty.
Wait, we just gonna roll up. Wait. So, you
What's
like
wrong?
your wife to spit in your booty hole?
Yeah, when she eat my ass.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm holding my legs up and I just hear it and it...
You holding your own legs.
I want her to get in there.
Knees to chest. He's very flexible.
Yeah, I can do the splits.
He can. Do it right now.
No. Michelle, why are you shy?
We need a demonstration.
I think our fans would actually love. You've never done the splits on camera.
I'm not doing it.
And I feel like the fans would actually love it.
Like when you getting your ass ate. Like, how can you hold your own legs up right now? Like, how do you?
If I'm laying down, yeah, I can
Oh,
hold
so you
them.
laying on your back? Are you kind of like just holding them? Like,
Like when
what
you
is
say
it
that, I
about?
lift them up and then I can hold them. No, I'm not just gonna throw my legs up in the air. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm really
Okay.
flexible.
No, he's actually.
So is it every time she's behind you doing it, or is it always like she's between your
your
legs?
back.
Has she ever eaten your booty from the back?
No, but I want her to. I'll let her. You know,
That's a lot of ass.
And you would just sit there.
face.
Would you arch your back with it?
arch my back. I don't know about all that, but I want her. I want her to flip my dick.
You probably got a sexy
You know, put
arch.
my
Oh, that
dick.
ass.
Please shut the fuck up. Flip my dick, put that bitch in reverse, and then she sucking my dick and eating my ass.
Hey, but you've
Just
never
don't
done that.
fart, 'cause
No,
that's a
she
lot of
ain't.
booty.
She not that in tune with the eating ass.
You'll give her pink eye.
Nah, I ain't.
But she eating it with your legs thrown back.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I don't know. She not here for me to ask.
Call her.
No, she's teaching.
Oh, okay. No, he'll call her. We'll get some info.
Yeah.
We will definitely get some info.
Have you eaten a
Some
man's
of
ass?
it.
Michelle?
No, and I would never.
Why not?
Do you eat
Well,
your
no. Let's rewind.
Yeah.
Why not?
Cause you a man. Like I
What that mean?
I don't want to see a man arch their back.
She barely.
No, you didn't have to eat their ass.
I already feel like I'm more dominant than a man, so I don't want to see you like that.
Could you date a? Okay. Do you think you could ever date a man?
Yes.
Could you date a man if he was bisexual?
If I say no, I'll contradict myself.
Yeah, I would love for you to run into it. Do it.
I really just don't want to be with a man. So
No,
it
you
don't
just
matter.
said it.
You just said if I
You
did,
asked her if she could date a man.
I mean, like I said, he
She
had to
said
be
yeah.
really coming with it. Like
Okay, he came with it. Could you date him? He came with it, and he came with bisexuality.
I guess.
Now, do you think that something about a man getting his ass ate has anything to do with a man being bisexual?
No.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. They're two different things.
You could have asked that without asking her if she would date a bisexual man.
Because I wanted to still know it. It's in our notes. Did you not
I
read
mean,
them?
but I'm just like, are you sitting there with your back arched, bent over, letting a woman go between you? Like certain things, I just feel like a man should do. I do feel like you should explore sex. Nothing is nasty. We trying to do what we got to do to make each other come. But it's just like, are you really a man sitting there with your back? Like, how's that gonna
Sound
work?
like you're kink shaming.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you the one inviting me on here. I see y'all got a lot of stuff. I see y'all got a lot of stuff going on in here.
I'm just answering
You
your
want to talk about my child's
questions.
father and all that? Let me ask you questions.
No. The reason why I'm asking is what we do believe in is like fluidity with sex, right? And at the end of the day, it's certain things I don't like that some people would, right? Like example, we'll get to it later, but Kiki likes to be DVP. Never heard of that shit before. That is double penetrated in the vagina. That is two dicks sharing the same hole. Absolutely not for me. Like I wouldn't even be able to get hard, right? But to me, I'm not shaming it. It's just not my cup of tea. You get what I'm saying?
That quiver.
So you said what?
That quiver in your
I'm just thinking about it. Like every time I say it and I think about it, it's just like, no, nigga.
So it's in the same hole though at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? Should we just get into that now? The DVP.
You just want to rub
That
my
was
hand?
I did. I just wanted to touch you. You're so soft right now.
Yeah, because we talking about DVP. I'm not gonna get hard with that.
I meant your hand is
Oh.
soft.
That was good.
Yeah.
I meant your hand is soft. So yeah, let's
crush,
get
guys.
into this DVP. I would really like to talk about it.
Cause it's like I know we can have kids and all, but I just cannot sit and imagine like
I need to know the sizes.
Yeah,
like
like,
normally I
what's
don't
going
care
on
about that,
there?
but like how big was both
I was
dicks?
trained. So
What you mean? You
Trained.
like when they put their things in the earlobes and stretch your body out.
yeah, so I was so basically, my
Alyssa is so excited.
okay, so my bi lover, that's his jam, right? So he was like, I went over there one day and his homie's there, and he likes taking girls down with his homies. That's his jam. So one day I'm over there, I'm getting done up by both of them, and he comes in from the back and tries to go in at the same time as I'm on top of the homie. And I was like, I can't, and yeah, and it was rough, and I probably did it for maybe 30 seconds,
And that
60
was the
seconds.
first time you
and that
did
was the very
DVP.
first time. And yeah, and because they were both kind of big, right? So they're both big. And I was like, I can't, like that last, it was an ouch. It lasted for maybe 60 seconds. I did. But I was intrigued by it. So basically, I kept just trying to do it. So basically, every time I got with him, it was always him and a homie. And then he just like kept doing it until the point where I could take it. And then, but once I could take it, it took like a couple months of like doing this. But once I could take it, it's my jam now.
Do your hole ever go back to normal size?
Oh, yeah.
Because now can you even please one person?
1,000%. 1,000%.
I got a question.
Yeah, like that's not I'm not doing that on a daily basis.
Okay,
like that's a, it's a treat. Like when you on a diet, Fridays is ice
My
cream
chicken.
or whatever.
It's my chicken.
Exactly, it's your chicken. Exactly.
Now I feel like Michelle with the arch back thing.
It's my chicken.
Because
Exactly.
my whole thing is,
I'm just so intrigued.
I don't know how to say this without sounding. I feel like I'm gonna kink shame here.
Just say it, and then we know that you don't mean anything by
That's
it.
a lot to hear.
Are they not bisexual? Like them dicks is close.
Yeah.
Well, so okay, so I've been with the ones who are openly bi. Yes, the openly bi ones. But then there's also guys who, at least they claim, straight.
Like why dog boy always over there?
They just go with
They
the
not
freak.
straight.
Well, yeah. So like I said, my bi lover, yeah, most of his dudes that he's taking me down with are also bi.
Okay. All right.
But I've also been not with him, and guys who claim they're straight. And they just freaky ass niggas who just like to go with
Have
the
you
freaky
had
foot.
sex with two men and they also was fucking each other?
I think. Wait, let me think. I feel like I've been in so many situations. I've had to experience that. But I'm like, let me.
But you can't recall.
I can't recall it, but I feel like I've been in so many freaky situations. I've had to have that, but I
you've
can't
had
recall.
ass to mouth? Like the dick was in somebody's ass and that dick came out of their ass and went into your mouth?
No. My own, yes. Not somebody else's.
Okay. Now you mentioned something, right?
But I know that I'm squeaky clean when I'm trying to, when I
you
am
say you
doing
squeaky
that.
clean.
Booty?
Yeah, 1,000%.
But yeah, something on your form was a little different. You said that somebody took their finger out your ass.
Okay, yeah.
It was shit on their finger and then they wiped it on their face.
Yes.
I need that story though. Start from the top, work your way to the back.
So there was this white sub dude. Who
I knew he wasn't black.
Immediately.
Of course. So he was like this submissive dude who I can't even remember how I met him. Probably FetLife. But these white subs hit me up all the time. I don't know. Apparently I give Dom energy or something. I don't know what it is. But that's
You
what
do got a
it
booty
is.
chin. You can wipe your nose and wipe your ass at the same time.
Yeah.
It's cute. I love a booty chin. I love booty
So
chin.
I mean, I've learned to love it now, but obviously it was not fun in school because of course everybody made fun of it. But anyways,
Really? Fuck them.
yeah, the booty chin. Hello, you know
I love
what that
everything
is?
about booties, even chins.
So he was some white submissive dude, hit me up, and finally I was just like, all right, whatever, So I was like, let me try this out. I can be dommy when I feel like it. It's not my normal state of being, but I can be. But obviously I was in that zone when he hit me up. So his thing was everything, anal, everything, booty, everything. That was his thing. Both booties. So we were basically doing butt stuff to each other at some point. Like our whole relationship was butt stuff.
What butt stuff did you do to him?
Everything but stuff. So peg him. Yeah. So peg him. I didn't rim him, but I pegged him, strapped.
Ooh.
Or strap is pegging. Just regular dildo stuff. So yeah. So I'd fuck him. He'd fuck me in my ass. But for me, him doing stuff to me, he was doing everything. He was wild as fuck with me. With him, I was just straight pegging him.
Did you ever put a finger in his booty?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I can't remember, but possibly. But mostly pegging him. That was mostly his thing. But with me, yeah, he. So it started off regular anal stuff, and I would prepare myself, obviously, anytime I know I'm gonna do anal or whatever, douche my ass. Yeah. One day he asked, could I not douche my ass? And I was like, Okay.
Right.
Okay. So then it just got progressively crazy after that. After that, it just got a little wild after that. So to the point where, yes, he'd be like digging in my asshole, smearing shit on his face. Like it got wild and crazy and gross. And then I had to let him go.
Yeah.
Like, cause he was pushing. It was to the point where he was no longer the submissive. Like I had lost all control, and now he's in control, and now he's pushing me way past
a limit that I wanted to actually be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I had to look at myself at some point in the mirror, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then it had to end after that. But yeah, he was a little wild. So yeah,
he took the shit off.
So scat was his thing. That's what it's called in BDSM.
So you shitted on somebody.
Scat playing. No, I can't shit on demand. But he would actually, he would like that. Like I would sit on his face and he'd be like push so he could feel the shit on his tongue. Yeah, no, he was gross.
I can imagine the smell in this room.
Why was I about to ask? Like, was it a smell?
He was gross. At some point,
did he pay you for this shit?
When he was getting crazy,
when
he was getting crazy, it was a little. It got a little.
Every time you take a shit, do you think about him?
No.
I think every time I take a shit, I'm gonna think about that shit.
That was years ago. But yeah, so no, we don't do. I did not, because because this was years ago, and I was actually kind of testing my own limits at the time. So it was
you were
kind
discovering
of
what you liked
I was
as well.
discovering
Okay.
exactly. So this was years ago. I was kind of testing my own limits, and then I discovered there is a limit, and I didn't. And I'm done now.
I'm really
Have you
happy
ever
that
peed
you
on?
realized that about yourself, though, that like you discovered that situation helped you discover your own limits so that you
Exactly.
know what you can tell people moving forward. Like, okay, this is a hard stop for me. Fuck no.
Yes, this is a no now. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've tried it. I've been there and done that, and it's a no now.
It sounded like he was going to ask you, have you ever peed on anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's normal.
Yeah.
Michelle, have you peed on somebody?
I did that a few days ago.
I mean, yeah, I get hit a lot. I mean, pee can come
or
out
squirt.
sometimes. No, you can go to the extreme that you may get pee sometimes.
Have you been peed on?
Possibly.
So, but you never told somebody like pee on me, like
No.
okay.
I'm not into all that. And that's why I was just about to ask, at what point did normal sex, or just, what point did you start realizing you were into another level?
So that's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I've just always been a trisexual. Like I just give things. I just like to give things a whirl. Trisexual. Yeah. I just like to give things a whirl. Like I will sit.
I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Because if I try once,
it's women that's having sex with animals and all that. So
no.
I do have hard limits myself.
Yes.
So I understand the whole
I reported somebody on
there
Snapchat
are
for
things
that.
where I don't need to try that I know I'm not into. And animals, I don't need to try that to figure out I'm not
She
into.
put peanut butter on her pussy, and the Yorkie was
Dog
licking
ate it,
up.
yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, this dog look like he having the time of his
abuse.
life, but this is fucked up.
That's animal abuse.
And I
No,
reported
seriously.
it.
I dated a girl for a minute who, right after she told me that she was, she had a friend who was training his dog to fuck her. Yeah, I was like, maybe this girl is not for me.
Hold on. Rewind. Say that one more time.
So, yeah, I was dating a girl, white. I know. So she confided in me she was kind of, it was like a whole sit down, and I was like, oh God, what is she about to tell me? And she was like, I kind of want to fuck a dog. And I was like,
What kind of dog was it?
Come again? I don't know. I'm not into dogs, so I don't know what kind of breed it was. But she was like, yeah, and then she got passionate about it. And she's like, yeah, this called nodding, and the whole, like
no,
there's.
honey, that's called bestiality, and you can go to fucking jail.
Yeah, there's like a whole, apparently, and I had never really I didn't really know about like dog anatomy or whatever. She's like, yeah, there's this knot at the base. And I didn't know why. Apparently there's a knot at the base of the penis, and that's what goes inside the girl dog, and that's how they get stuck. So she's like, yeah, it's called knotting. I want to feel that knot. And then also she was like real cum slut, right? And dogs come a lot, like a fucking gallon comes out of, you know. So she wanted to feel all that cum, and she wanted that knot inside her. And she was like, look, here's a video. And I was like,
oh gosh, she showed you
she showed me a video. It wasn't of her though, but it was just like of something that this is what she wanted.
I'm kink shaming that. I'm kink
That's
shaming
not a kink, that's illegal. That's animal abuse, bro. Like that's
I was like, okay, all right, I've seen enough.
Let's make sure we understand this. You had two crazy situations, and both crazy situations happen to do with the paler skin. Do you still deal with those individuals of the paler skin after that? I feel like God is sending you signs, and you keep missing.
I have not for a while.
Okay.
good.
You need to go on a pink meat losing streak at this point, because they not working for you.
No, I have come back to the dark meat.
Okay.
And I've been there for a little while now.
No more folks from the Caucasus Mountains.
So, unfortunately, we have to wrap up. So, it's a couple things. Last two things I want to go over. I want to talk about group sex. Now, Michelle, you mentioned in your forum was very seductive. What I mean by that is, you gave very little detail, but you gave room for someone to want to know more. Fuck you for that. But anywho,
that's me in general. That's just me.
I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? But anywho, you mentioned, let me read it because I wrote it down. Group sex brings people together. I wanted you to elaborate on that. I think I know what she means, but since there was no detail, I wanted to know what she meant.
I just think if you have people that understand that we are here to please one another, that whole sometimes bringing somebody in the bedroom, that can go either way. You know, if you don't have the right woman that is secure about herself, you mess around and get a fight right there. But if you truly got people that understand we are about to entwine energy and just have a good time, I think that it can be a good time.
Have you seen a fight in your life with that?
No.
Have you seen good energy?
As long as I can control the situation, I make sure everybody is.
So you had like a lesbian threesome?
Yeah.
And you were in control of it all? What happens after that? Like, do you make them pancakes? Like, do you just send the third on her way? Like, what happens?
No, she can spend a night. She eat breakfast in the morning.
Who cooks though?
I will if need be.
Okay.
That's so sweet.
You look like a good cook.
Food. I can cook.
You look like you being Ramsey, like in the kitchen, like you be butt ass naked, like you want some pancakes.
With your apron on.
With your apron.
Yeah, that's me.
See, I read
Especially before the kids. Now I got kids, you know, life is a little different, but yeah, that's me.
Okay, that's what's up.
So how do you even like introduce like your partner to a third? Was it a conversation? Was it like?
No, when you came home from work, she was already in the bed.
Oh, she got game.
Right.
Because can't nobody pull that off.
I did.
Trav, what you think would happen if you just had a girl laying in the bed and Lauren just came home like, hey, who the... Yeah, see, Travis made a face like...
Travis might get slapped. I feel like...
Well, initially it was, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just walked outside to the, in the room to the bathroom. And I was just like, just relax. Take a shower. Relax. Come get in the bed. You could have just had the right energy.
Question. You mentioned
take a shower. Relax.
You mentioned take a shower, and that was another thing from Sinners, and Sinners is not a sexual movie, but it had like several sex scenes.
Your mind, you saw all the
No, it had several sex scenes though.
You watched all of them.
The guy went to eat the woman out, and she was like, "No, baby, I'm not there right now." I felt like she was saying because she was dancing, she may be a little tart.
Sweaty.
Does that turn you on?
No.
Like that all day pussy?
No. No.
Have you ever
Because
had
the
a
wrong
part?
move or the wrong experience can just turn you off from that person, and they could have just been having an off day. But we are all adults, and all women know you may have an off day, but you smell yourself first. So no, you can't do that when you licking and.
Yeah, I don't care what nobody say.
Have you ever had somebody that wanted your all day pussy?
Yeah, all the time.
And like, do you be like absolutely not, or do you give them that all day grace?
Yeah, it depends on what mood I'm in.
Okay.
If we out, I had an ex that we would literally have sex in every Macy's store that we saw. Like, it was just our thing. I don't know why. If we traveled, any Macy's store, we would go in the dressing room, and that was just our thing. She's married now, so I can't, really get into details.
So-
Macy's is just so specific.
Is she married to a man or a woman?
That
She's
red
married to a
star
woman.
did something to you, huh?
Yeah, it did. So, I mean,
Y'all was just nomming each other up in every dressing room.
everyone.
Wow.
So,
I actually peed in the Macy's dressing room.
ugh.
I was a kid and I really had to pee, and my grandma was taking a very long time.
And you just couldn't go find the bathroom.
You know the part where they put all the pins at? Like the little metal thing? That's what I peed in.
You look like you was probably a badass kid.
I wasn't even bad. I just really had to pee. She didn't believe me.
But the bathrooms are usually by the dressing room.
by the dressing room.
Usually right by the dressing room.
I couldn't leave my grandma. I was a little kid. Anywho,
But yeah, I mean, if the opportunity, I would rather go and get fresh. But I mean, I'm confident in me taking care of my body that I'm cool in the
would
middle
you
of
eat
the
your
day.
partner eat your ass? Like if you know you had some very extravagant, movements that day?
What?
All right, I'll
Do you
just.
like your ass eaten, first of all?
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm saying if you know that your asshole has been doing a lot of moving and grooving that day, and your partner went to eat your ass, would you stop him or you just?
Stop him. Yes.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, I will stop him.
I'm going to pucker it up, too.
You just gonna give him that farty ass
Yeah,
booty hole?
Hell yeah. You know what you signed up for. You know what come out of there already.
But what did you sign up for?
I didn't sign up for no shitty ass.
all right. What did
Yeah.
up?
You took your ass back there to my ass. You know exactly what you
So
signed up for.
you know what? To an extent, she's right. Like if we go to eat some ass,
If you
and
didn't
we-
see me fresh out the shower, you
Yeah.
don't know what you about to get.
yeah, if you go to
You
eat some
don't.
ass, we know, and we see it's a little tart, we'll move on to something
Yeah.
else. You ain't even gotta say, "Hey, baby," like.
I'm not.
My wife be hitting me with like, I took a big shit today. Like I didn't even need to know that, bro. You took away the fun. Fuck it.
Well, no,
you know?
she's telling you because she don't want you to kiss her and give her E. coli.
She looking out for herself.
She looking out for herself at that point.
This is my story.
I was just letting you know.
All right, so to end the show with Kiki. Kiki, you mentioned all your experiences. You taught us about DVP,
Taught
but
me
you
so
also have
much.
sex with trans women, right?
I've had
Chicks with dicks.
one trans woman.
How was it?
It was pretty damn good.
Did you suck her titties while she pounded you out?
Let me think.
Did her dick get hurt?
Oh, she had a big old dick. She actually preferred women. Like she was basically,
I always wanted to have
Yeah.
sex with a trans
Wait,
woman with a
was she of the fair
dick
skin?
and beautiful titties.
she was white, yes. And
We're learning some stuff, Kiki.
You know what? I think I understand you a little bit more
Yeah.
now.
okay, this again was like a few years ago. But again, I'm a trisexual, and a lot of times it's the fairer skin that be wanting to
I
try
will give you
wild
that.
shit.
I will give you that.
Exactly.
They be freaky.
Exactly.
Did you suck the
So,
trans dick?
I'm pretty sure I did because it was a big old beautiful dick. But yeah, no, she was great. She
it
was
hard?
lovely. Oh,
Do it feel real?
well,
It's a real dick.
No,
It was her real dick. She
yeah,
just
it's
had
her real
titties.
dick. Yeah. She was transitioning. She was a man transitioned to a woman. So that was her
But she kept her
natural
dick.
big dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we saying natural. It's not her natural. It's
No, that
it
was
was a man turning into a
Yeah,
woman.
woman, yeah, so that was
Oh,
trans
Yeah,
woman.
that's a trans man.
That's a trans
It was,
man.
okay,
Okay,
my
yeah,
trans.
yeah.
So it was a
Yeah.
man, who was
who
transitioned
transitioned
to a woman. So
to a
he
woman.
had his. That's why I was like,
that's
because
his
some,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
some trans women will get hormones so that sometimes their dick doesn't get hard anymore, or it doesn't get to that extent anymore. That's why I asked, because I'm like, I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
See, I heard it get hard.
She's actually a porn star.
The issues that you'll have with them getting hard is women that are taking
The hormones. The hormone therapy.
where they're thinking about transitioning into being a full-on woman, and that's when you have issues like Roxanne, for example.
Yeah.
She can no longer get hard.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she
when
did
you
not
get those
have that
issues.
problem. She got rock hard.
Because she's not taking like the hormones like straight up for that
She
shit.
just got titties.
Now,
Okay.
to end the show, I want
she
you to
had
tell us
long
about your
hair,
parties.
She had the titties, big old delicious dick, and so
Delicious.
no, the experience was great, and
What's your
I
name
would
on
love
Facebook?
to Kiki.
Just Kiki.
No, I mean my last name's on there.
Are you throwing like a freaknik party?
No, that's not.
That's another Kiki.
No, that's not me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's another Kiki. Yeah,
Okay.
she's Keki.
And then I know somebody throwing a party tonight.
I'm Ki.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be going to that party tonight. But-
Stephanie's. Oh, dope.
Yeah, she was on your show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, she's very excited.
And I know Taylor too. That was on your show like a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Taylor?
So tell us about your parties.
So Greedy Girls is it's a party focused on women who like a lot of men.
Okay.
High libido women, high sex drive women. They enjoy multiple men on them and multiple men in one evening.
Sounds like my type of time.
Yeah. So
Can Alessa come?
So yeah, it you know, and there's a range, you know. So some women, they don't want a bunch of men on them at once, but they want a bunch in one evening. So a bunch of one-on-one experiences. There's women who want a pile of dudes on top of them at all times. You know, there's
This would have been my dream when I was single.
there's, you know, women like me who like 2 is my jam because I like to be double stuffed. So I want like DP, DVP, all the time.
How does testing go? Like condoms and STIs and shit.
I was just gonna say, well, how often are we getting tested here?
So I leave those conversations to people to have. I don't personally tell people they got to have tests when they come to my party or nothing. I leave those conversations. I have printed things, emails, stuff that goes out that says this is, you know, at your own risk. Everybody should, you know, condom use is highly encouraged. I usually have condoms and lube on site. And I just highly encourage it. I have stuff that says, you know these are the risks that you're taking when you come to this party, you know, so make sure if that's
disclaimer.
I have a disclaimer. I give,
what's
you know,
the conversation you specifically have because you participate?
Yeah. I just use condoms, so I personally don't have those conversations in a group setting. One-on-one, I may have those conversations, but in the group setting, I'm just, here's a condom, put it on. And I know the risk I'm taking, and I just make sure I test, use condoms, and that's just what it is for me generally.
Let me start because you don't know me, so I want to say this. I'm not putting you on the spot. This is a question that I ask to everybody, every single person that throws a party. I'm going through the same line of question. Do you think it's something better that party throwers could do to make sure that people are a lot safer with STI rates being so high?
The thing is, I mean, yeah, we could possibly ask those questions, require testing, that sort of thing. However, I feel like that actually gives a false sense of security, you know? So if I make everybody give me a test that happened within the last week, 2 weeks, month, or whatever, literally you could have went and raw dogged 7 girls the very next day after that test, and that test don't mean nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like in general, just encouraging safer sex practices, encouraging people to have the conversations within themselves is more helpful than saying, hey, everybody, you must get tested for this test. Because for me, or for this party, for me, your normal and general practices speak more to you than going to get this test just to come to this party, because you might have just got this test just to come to this party and you never test normally, you know?
Okay. So,
and you never do, you know, and you never do anything normally. I feel like it's more important to know what people's normal practices are. If your normal practices is testing every 3 months, if your normal practices are wearing condoms, that for me is a safer person than the person who's showing me the test that they had just to come to this party, but they ain't had a test for 2 years, you know?
Question. I'm not saying what you're saying is completely wrong.
Yeah.
But to me, it doesn't make sense. And this is why. Because you're saying, let's do one thing and completely ignore another thing. Why can't you do both? Seems like that would be a lot easier and smarter and better.
I mean, you could. I'm
not saying you have to require testing either. I'm just simply stating that why not have the option for testing? Like, the one person gave me the best system that I've heard, which is where everyone wears bracelets of different colors, and it'll say, hey, my tests have been submitted, I am clean, which is one color. Hey, I haven't tested at all, this is another color. I have tested, I have something, let's have a conversation about it, that is a third color. And I thought that was dope, because I mean, people with STIs deserve to have sex too, right? They're not dirty. You know, honestly, most of us have STIs and don't even know it because we don't do testing. That's the point of me having these conversations. And the reason why I bring this up, and I love having people with sex parties to come on the show, is to try to give a different viewpoint of ways to do it. And I think the reasons, not saying you, but because I haven't asked you, I think the reasons why a lot of people who throw sex parties are afraid to do these things is because they're afraid that they will no longer get the turnout that they want. But to me, if you will no longer get the turnout that you want, what does that say about the people that are turning up to your parties?
I agree. For me, it's not that. For me, it's just simply we're all adults, and you know what this is. And I encourage the safer sex practices. I encourage the testing, but I'm just not going to make you do it because we're all adults. So if you don't want to subject yourself possibly to what this entails, then don't show up to my party. But I do understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to do it. You know what it is.
Out of curiosity, when was the last time you got tested?
Probably a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you show up clean, or how does that work?
Yeah.
I don't like to use the word clean because that means if you're not clean, you're dirty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I don't show. I mean, if people ask, here on my chart right here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody asks me, but I don't print it out and post it on the wall. But if anybody asks, I got my chart right here. So
would you have sex with someone with the FCI?
It depends. So like for instance, like herpes, which is very common, people. If you disclose, number one, the fact that you disclose is already your character is up there for me.
Agreed.
Already. So the fact that you're disclosing, if you tell me you're on your meds, you don't, you rarely have breakouts, stuff like that, I would probably consider it, because for me, that all tells me you're a very responsible person. It's the people who aren't disclosing, but if you're disclosing, you're telling me you're on your meds, you're telling me you hardly have outbreaks or whatever, probably because, again, all that speaks to your character and tells me you're a trustworthy person if you're telling me.
Agreed. 100%. Last thing before we end the show. With you saying that, isn't it very ironic, though, because the testing isn't something that's talked about in those sex parties? So there's no point, like, where does someone even feel the need to disclose?
Yeah, I mean, again, personal conversations. So, like, for instance, I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, I have HSV1 or I have whatever. Do you think that I would be accepted at your parties? And I said, I don't know. I mean, because that person did want to be able to disclose. They wanted to come and then be able to tell people this is what I have and give them the option. And I just told them, I'm not sure, honestly, because I don't know how you'll be received. I don't know. But I didn't want to deny her access because she was one of those people who obviously had very high character or whatever, and she was going to disclose. She disclosed it to me. She reached out to me first, so I already knew that she could be trusted, or so I just was straight up and I said, I don't know how well you will be received. I'm just going to be honest with you, but if you would like to come, feel free, and then have those personal conversations with people at the party before you have, and then at the end,
before you engage,
and before you engage, and that's what she was planning on doing. But then at the end of the day, she decided she didn't want to risk it because it wasn't a specific. Because actually, there's swinger communities actually centered around HSV. Like they have their own swinger community. So because it wasn't a specific party for that or whatever, she just felt it was safer to not come.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've had people ask, but I mean, I'm not against people coming with it if they're going to disclose and they disclose that to me. But I mean, you just don't know. It's honestly, there's no such thing as safe sex other than abstinence. We're all out here at risk. If you're having sex, period, you're at risk. So all you can do is do the best thing that you can do to protect yourself. And have those conversations and wear condoms. What else can you do other than not have sex? And who's doing that?
Well, this has been a dope ass episode. I'm glad we were able to have this conversation, even with what we do agree and disagree with. We got disagreements with asses in the air. We got disagreements with testing methods. But this is definitely a dope episode. And Alessa, what do we always tell everybody?
Ask for permission.
Make sure she comes first. get tested. Use condoms.
Get tested,
We provide them
use
for free. And patreon.com/CWC the podcast. That's where you can see Alessa pegging a woman in her asshole. And YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. We got more crazy shit on the way. We appreciate y'all. As always, this is a great episode of Cocktails with Cocktails. And Travis, what did we say?
Cut.